Hey, hello, live chatters and mad hatters. This is Douglas George Bloch III. It is now Sunday, May 1st, 2022. I think it's May Day, the first day of May in Portland, Oregon, as my mother used to say. And we had, I think, the wettest weather on record, or one of the wettest Aprils on record for April. And cold, 12 degrees below normal temperature, low 50s instead of mid 60s. What a bummer. Hey John, nice to see you. Yope, California Dreaming. Beach Mom, Kevin Wilson, the Emma Standers. Evening, friends from the UK. Hope you guys have had a good week. Hey, my depression has been horrible lately. Missed this. How are you doing, Dougie? I'm hanging in there, trying to ride the roller coaster of the markets. Any of you who are invested in the stock or bond market know what I mean. Hey, Patrick Coleman. Nice that you're back at work. Did you see what happened to your positions on Friday? They got crushed. Hey, Jennifer Miranda, Jennifer Tiana. Hey, both of you side by side. Ian Kirkpatrick, nice Irish or whatever name. John M. Hey, how are you? So, I just posted a video yesterday, Words That Heal, episode 26, You Make a Difference. Remember, everybody on this planet is here for some purpose. Hey, Vancouver Island. Terry, you've had 60s, that's the heat wave in the UK. Well, not here. Crypto is more safe bet than stops, in my opinion. I don't know about that. Scottish, I was right. Ian's a Scottish name, so is Douglas. It means by the black stream. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying about the weather? Yes, being bad. I still got in some bike rides, thank goddess. And but here we are, the beginning of a new month. Vancouver is lovely. Yes, it is. Vancouver Island as well. Lola LaFrenchie and Terry Murray, both on Vancouver Island. You guys should meet up there. It can't be that big. Hey, Tim Wilson in DC. So yesterday I did a wonderful video called You Make a Difference. And on Monday, I posted a video called When Your Negative Thinking Won't Go Away, What Can You Do? What can you do? It's sort of like my joke when I said, what was this? How many tentacles? No, that's not it. It was an octopus joke and I've completely forgotten. The answer was tentacles. Maybe how many arms does an octopus have? Tentacles? All right. You went for a small ride earlier. Cycling is such good exercise, guys. Yeah, I've been doing it for 12 years nonstop. Yeah, so when your negative thinking won't go away, what can you do? What you can do is you can't use your thinking to change your negative thinking. You have to use your physiology. You have to go, like jump on a trampoline, right? Or go running or whatever. So, a lot of people like that video. And I want to call your attention to the last Sunday. I mentioned that our views were going down, my income was going down 50, 60%, and you guys responded by donating $300. That was absolutely amazing, and I don't expect you to do that well this time, but still, donations are how we keep on going. And Google takes about 1/3 of your donations. So like $300 minus 1/3, I got less than 200. So they take like 37%. So if you wanted to send me some money that doesn't go through Google, just send it to me through PayPal, douglasbloch@gmail.com. Oh, wow. Naomi Judd has mostly likely died from suicide. Isn't she a famous singer, I think? Hey, Susan Jones from Virginia. Haven't seen you in a long time. Hey, Powell, nice to see you also. 10 pounds. I wish you all you peace and life. Thank you, Jason. Starting off the donations with a 10-pound donation from the UK. Weather beautiful in Oklahoma. What do you expect? It's southern part of the United States. How's your mood these days? Actually been pretty good since upped my Seroquel to 37.5 milligrams per evening. Trying to stay sanguine. Again, I'll mention the stock market that last time I mentioned it. Imagine you have 30 staff and one of them makes a mess. How should I handle her mindset and the pressure that usually panics me and raises my pressure? I don't know, have a talk with her. I take it this is a work situation. I find shadowboxing as a distraction of my compulsions. I feel better at mood. Yes, very good. Anything that gets you out of your head into your body. Hey, Asmina. Nice to see you. Nice to see Susan. It's always nice when the old folks, or I should say the old folks, the veterans come and drop on in. So, Mid-Island is where Terry Mary is, and Lola Frenchy Swan is obviously some other place. Gorgeous weather in Southern California. Sun is just warm enough for shorts and a t-shirt. Well, Palm Springs is a beautiful place. Armand Dagkokidi, hello there. Can you today talk about how to handle work responsibility anxiety? Well, you just have to tell yourself you're doing the best you can. Take some deep breaths. Get some exercise, and if you have some problems, go to your supervisor. Maybe they can help you out. All right, here we are. This is a Sunday depression live chat, mental health recovery live chat with Pastor Doug, aka myself, Douglas Bloch, here to answer any questions, comments about mental health recovery, and above all, to have you guys come and support yourselves. Does your wife, Joan, have any experience in depression? Yes, minor, not as bad as mine. A lot of experience in anxiety. But fortunately, she's never been hospitalized like I have. All right, thanks, Douglas, for your work. Junk, always appreciate it. I wish I could donate more. I send $2 a month automatically, not much. And where do you send it to, Lazy Eye Ranch? Are you talking about my Patreon account? Or I haven't, not aware that I've received anything. Thank you, Maris R. €5. You know, anybody who donates gets to ask a question, top of the line. So Marius, Jason, any questions you need? I went to a support group for introverts with social anxiety. No one was there. Aha. And yes, the click button, the like button, that is what draws people to this channel and to this live chat. I think we had about 75 people last time, which is really good. So hit the like button and send some love and a donation if you can, either to that and my PayPal address. I'll let you know right now. PayPal is my email. Right there. By the way, I'm working on a really good chess problem today. Anybody solve chess problems besides me? Rosa Red, I don't have a camera, but Douglas do. Well, that's original. Hey, from the Persian Gulf, Lucy Parsi. Sounds like it's a Middle Eastern name to me. I know a couple of people from Iran. They said, no, we are Persians. We are not Iraqis, Iranis. We are Persians. We're interesting. How have you been doing, Susan? Haven't seen you in a while. Tell about depression. What do you want to know about it? It's a total body condition. It affects your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, your emotions, everything. It can be really crushing. Julie Nelson, nice to see you again. And again, all you guys, hit that like button. Really, really appreciate it. How do you heal deep depression? Well, I wrote a book about it. Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. And the 3 steps of mental health recovery are 1, set the intention to heal. 2, reach out for support. And 3, use a combination of mutually supportive therapies like the ones you see on this chart to improve your mood. I'm going to see if I can get this chart downloaded, a downloadable version of this chart on my website. That would be really helpful. People just go to douglasbloch.com and download it. And I'm going to ask my webmaster to put that up. That would be really good. All right, questions. As he takes a bite out of his banana. Hi, Danielle from Houston. Nice to see you. How's Annalise, your daughter? Jack Henry. Just finished raking grass for exercise, tired but good. Hello, Jason. Hit the like button, folks. Absolutely. Have you struggled with poor concentration in your life, Douglas? Fortunately, no. Even when I've been depressed, my mind continues to be like a laser beam. I got that from my mother and also from really good discipline in high school. Terry Murray says, I've started to recognize how I have a lot more anxiety about things than I thought previously. Serenity to understand things I cannot control, wisdom to know the difference. Right out of AA, absolutely. Hey, Carlo Chan, nice to see you here. Oh, you've been donating through Patreon, Lazy Eye Wrench? Never even. I got to check my Patreon subscribers. Well, thank you very much. $2 a month is better than, kick in the shins. So thank you. Anything contributed is really wonderful. And Lazy Eye Wrench mentioned Patreon. Patreon is a crowdfunding site that artists and musicians use. You give monthly donations like you would your public PBS station. www.patreon.com/Douglas Bloch is how you go to Patreon, and you can give any gift from $2 a month, $5 a month, anything you want. How do I become a better person? By being virtuous, according to the Greeks, and doing better things. Dubai, hey Reef, nice to see you. I always wanted to go there. That must be a really big city. Can you hold that chart for 5 seconds? I need to take a screenshot from my phone. Okay, I can also send it to you. You're not going to really see very much, are you? How's that? 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Is the whole thing up there? Yeah. 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000, 10 1,000. Hopefully you got a chance. Hey, what do you call an indecisive bee? Maybe. Yasmin, it sounds weird, but have you ever experienced that depression feels comforting because you've had it for years? No, it's never been comforting. It's been a pain in the tuchus. Hey, Roller Girl from Las Vegas. Mahash TV, you got it? Okay. Hope it helps. Jung, shadowboxing is throwing, punching in the air, basic jab, jab right, uppercuts with some foot movement makes me feel good. And my one gateway against compulsions and anxiety. Yeah, it's boxing. It takes a tremendous. You got to be in incredible shape to do boxing. All right. Thank Reef. Appreciate the greetings. Anna's asleep and she has a growth spurt. Oh, send me a video. Remember, you sent me a video of her singing, I think. It was really, really cute. One day we'll go down to Joel Osteen's spiritual community. All right, it's 12:19 after the hour. Appreciate the first 2 donations. We definitely could use some more. I've got your chart up at my desk at work. It really helps. And Jennifer, did I send it to you? Yeah, Las Vegas, how could you forget? All right, so what does this chart mean? Why did I create this chart, Healing from Depression, Self-Care Activities to include your mood, to improve your mood? Because it takes more than a pill to heal from depression. I look rested. I had a good night's sleep. Hello from Dan in Batavia, New York. I know it. Oh, Let's Art Live. Of course, nice to see you. I know where Batavia is. Grew up in New York City. Went to school at the University of Rochester. Have I had any experience of paranoia? Well, I went to the library and asked the clerk for books on paranoia. She said, they're right behind you. A joke. A joke about paranoia. No, fortunately, I've never had any experience. I've had experience with fear and anxiety, but not paranoia, in the sense that I'm imagining things going to happen to me from people that not true. All right. Yeah, paranoia, a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to have. I have it since the age of 11. I'm 32, doing better now, but I still struggle with it. And sometimes it does feel comfortable because I'm used to it. I meant comfortable, not comforting. Of course, Roller Girl, Las Vegas. You know, I had a guy who was a client of mine named Mark. Oh my God, I remember his last name. I don't want to reveal it. He's from Reno. I'm going to call him up after this. He worked with me for a whole year. I do coaching, mental health coaching. If you wanted to know, if you want to know how you could participate in that, you could just write me douglasbloch@gmail.com. I use my book Healing from Depression as the it's really a course on mental health recovery. Let's call it a course. That's better. A 12-week course on healing from depression, using my book as the structure for the course. That would be really interesting to do a 12-week course on healing from depression and put it on the website. It's got to be Lagai. I can just tell without even looking at it with the yellow background, the hearts, and it is $13.99. Lisa from Vancouver. Thank you for being such a solid contributor every week. Really appreciate it. How are you doing? How's your dog doing? How's your new life? Or I should say new home. Yes, a magnesium supplement before bedtime. Magnesium really relaxes the spirit. I'm going to close this door so you can't see it. There you have it. As long as a depressed person like me accept his or her condition and accept it is when it is good, can't kind of follow that. I'm struggling with anxiety. Sometimes it's in the background. Sometimes I feel in the chest. How to heal from constant anxiety without reason. I have a video called How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. There are two ways to heal anxiety. One is through changing your thinking and the catastrophizing. The other one is changing your physiology, especially when the amygdala is involved, a little gland in the midbrain that controls fear. So running, jumping, cycling, swimming, and also deep breathing, and something called the dive response. You go, you put your face in some cold water and you hold your breath, and that starts the relaxation response. So there's a lot of good techniques out there. Go to a good therapist and look on the internet. Jokes for the day. Why does a keyboard never sleep? Because it has two shifts. How did the Rocket lose his job? He was fired. Dad jokes. How do you feel about living with your parents, Douglas? You mean when I was 33 years old, when I had my breakdown? What was it, 82? Yeah, 33 years old. Well, I was embarrassed, especially in my generation. Nobody lived with their parents, but I was grateful that they took me in because I had no place to go. But I was glad to get out of there. My mother could be a very difficult person. Edward Steiner, where is he? Did he show up? I don't even see him. He usually leaves a nice donation with a really good joke from friends. Catastrophizing is totally what feeds anxiety. Thanks. Good nugget, Douglas. Yes, that's one of the things that feeds it. Hey, Ana Gomez, nice to see you. ¿Cómo estás? So yeah, Sierra, I was not happy living with my parents, but it was really, they took me and I needed it. So I went down to the paint store to get thinner. It didn't work. Boy, that took me a while. Oh, that took me about 2 seconds to get. Edward Snyder, your jokes are fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and do a screenshot because I don't have my my cell phone. Hey, Johnny. I'll go have to remember that. I went to the bait store to get thinner. It didn't work. I don't have anything to record that on. Edward, you have my email address. Why don't you send that to me? Naomi Judd passed away at 76 years. Can someone explain to me who Naomi Judd is or was? Does deep sleep cure depression? Well, it helps with it. I don't think it cures it, but deep sleep, really, the brain needs sleep. The most important thing you can do for your brain is to get good sleep. And nothing tops a plain pizza. That's very good. Hey, Joni. John Blockhead? Yeah. I'm going to ring my cell phone. I'd like you to hand it to me if possible. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You need your cell phone? Yeah, thanks. Nothing tops a plain pizza. Now that is good, Jared. I've heard that one before. All right. So sleep is helpful for depression. It doesn't cure it. Hopefully it's possible to come out of a 7-year depression. I don't know. It is DT Vids 20. Did you write me? Write it. Thanks, Johnny. Oh, you don't hear it? Yeah, I'll ring it again. Thank God I've got this Apple Watch. Yeah, we need sleep for health, mental health, and physical health. That is absolutely for sure. 45 people. Let's see if we can make it 50 at least. Is histamine intolerance related to mental illness? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think so. Having allergies? Could. Oh yeah, a country music singer, duo of mother and daughter. That's right. When anxious, I watch a video of flowers blooming in slow motion. It's a bit corny. Yeah, but you need it. Oh no, that's. Thank you so much. All right, I need to turn off the. Yeah, Stuart, I've got that. I'll record. My friend and I are trying to solve a chess problem. I caught my son chewing on an electric cord. I had to ground him. What did the mother coffee bean say to the baby coffee bean when the baby coffee bean came home late? You're grounded. Better joke. Hey, Damian Lopez. God, nice to see you too. Get Joan to wave at us. Well, she's a bit shy. That they lost her mom to the disease of mental illness. Wow. Well, I wonder why she was depressed. Well, you know, people get depressed for two reasons. They get depressed because of circumstances, they get depressed because of biology, or a combination of the two. Anna Gomez, that's a great idea. My wife loves flowers. All right, favorite Uncle Hubert, we're going to wish you well. All right. Thank you, Jennifer Tiana. Love your name, love your photo. Thank you for the $4.99. And I'm going to take a photo of Edward Steiner joke. If I can find my, here it is. Yeah, very funny. Okay. Edward Steiner just donated $20 using PayPal. Thank you, Edward. Edward is a very smart man, because when he sends it using PayPal, he knows I get 100% of it instead of only about 60%. So that was very nice. Thanks, Edward. Always appreciate your donations, and I'm going to take a picture of your joke, and I'm going to use it on my next video. By the way, does anyone know what complex PTSD is? I hadn't heard too recently. Let's get over 50. We only have 49 people in here. Hit that like button. What is complex PTSD? Anybody tell me? My nephew's just been diagnosed with it. Wow, he would have been 94. Good for him. That means he was 91 when he passed away. God, I hope I can live to 91. William Ball, you're welcome. It's difficult to tell people what my wife did for things. She sells seashells by the seashore. How about Sally? You should have said it. It's difficult to tell people what my wife Sally did for a living. How do you meet your life? My wife, 51 people. All right, hit that like button. Let's get up to 60. There's a very old joke from the Borscht Belt in New York. Very old and very sexist. Someone says to the one guy turns to the other, "Who was that lady I saw you with last night?" The man says, "That was no lady, that was my wife." Very old joke from the early days of the 1950s. I spent my savings on pasta. It was worth every penny. Now that is very good. Jared, where'd you get that? I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of that. That is precious. Those of you who don't know what penny pasta is, it's really, all right. Where'd you get that, Jared? Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you got a lot of good ones, Jared. Hey, Alex Jones, nice to see you. How's your mood lately? Probably PTSD with some underlying disorder which makes it worse. Yeah, that's kind of right, man. Nice to see you. Something that helps with depression is watching outdoor survival shows like Les Stroud's Survivor Man series from Discovery Channel, because survival mode helps with depression. It does. You got to be a survivor to get through it. Any of my fellow millennials like Bo Burnham, he's an artist with severe depression and makes art about it. Wow. Lazy Eye Ranch, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. All right, that was the 60s. Is it normal for a person to talk to him or herself? Sure, lots of people talk to themselves. Sometimes when you think out loud, it helps. It's a good TV, it's a good radio show. Yeah, 51, and see, let's get to 60. Well, we all know what trauma is, and how can you cause backflashes and all that with PTSD? It's intense. What do you call a sad cup of coffee? A depressor. Not quite sure. 54 people, keep hitting that like button. All right. Your dad survived polio? Good for him. Speaking of polio, a depresso, ICU, that's what it should have been. Oh, that's really bad. 59 people, keep hitting that like button. I guess people like your jokes. That's why they're coming back. Sir, does overusage of social media contribute to depression? I've been comparing my friends and my wife. To be honest, it's messing my brain. It is. Mahesh, I did a video called Is Facebook Making You Depressed? And they have studies now that show for sure when people get online and see how everybody's life is doing so well, they get depressed because, hey, my life sucks. But no, the people online doing that are just making, painting a good picture of themselves. Terry Murdy, loving the new bird feeder I added to the garden, can see them from the living room. Nature is a balm. It is. My father used to say, nature, you can't beat it. What's going on in Portland today? Overcast, but 67. At least it's getting warmer. Yes. Anybody else get the experience of being depressed with too much time on social media? And I don't know who Nick Lowe is, but that doesn't mean anything. By the way, I like turtles. Nice to see you again. Hit the like button, guys. We're over 50. Let's see if we can hit 60. I can't stop looking at my phone. All right. And is that supposed to be a joke? I'm not quite sure. Hey Douglas, how do you been? I've been in a deep, dark, suicidal place lately. Well, so have I on 4 occasions. So you just got to know that this too shall pass and live one day at a time. I have a website I put a lot of time and energy into, and I'm very proud of it. It's called, whoops, that's not it. It's called Overcoming Suicidal Pain. There is Hope and There is Help. Spent 3 years putting this together. I'm going to make an audiobook out of it. So just go to overcomingsuicidalpain.com. Callie Burns made a joke. As a reminder to stay positive, I changed all my online passwords to short positive affirmations. Now I use them every day. That's nice. So Dave, how have you reached out for help? Have you reached out for treatment? Other people? You can. Being a waiter is tough, but it puts food on the table. Jared S., where are you getting all these great jokes? Where do you live and where are you getting it? My wife was a waitress. Boy, I'm taking pictures of all your jokes, Jared. You gotta email me. Do you have a book? Ditch Facebook in January. After 2 weeks, do not miss it all. Terry Murray, good work. Even if you want to communicate on Facebook, people don't answer. It doesn't help. Yes, yes, yes. And Jared is coming up with these amazing puns, and I want to know where he got them from. Sunflower Girl. Hey, Douglas. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, too. Whatever happened to our friend who's also very spiritual, like Sunflower Girl? What was his name? Someone tell me. Very biblical. He's from Ireland. He did the email chat list. He's slipping my name. Come on, someone remind me who this guy is. John Grant, good day. I may be switching to a mood stabilizer. SSRIs are not working. It's about survival. I'm never giving up. You can win. I have therapy groups, exercise 2 hours a day. Wish you well. Wish you well, John. You can get better. Do you know why it's against the law to laugh loudly? Only aloha. Only aloha. I can't tell that because people wouldn't be able to see it. Jared, you still got to tell me where you're getting these jokes. I'm taking a picture. Every one of your jokes I'm taking photos of. But you still got to tell me where you're getting them. Padar Shields, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He was working, you know, it's interesting. People come, people go, but there are the you know, what do you call it? The people stick around, the regulars, right? Yes, yes. Jennifer Miranda, California Dreaming, Jack Henry, Lazy Eye Ranch, Ann C, of course, Jason Clulo. Thank you all for being here. You quit Facebook also. Kelly Burns, I lost my brother and sister to suicide. Regardless of all great things they did in their lives, suicide is all people remember. Well, that's not true. I've lost 3 or 4 people. I've lost 8 or 9, 10 or 11, including my therapist. I remember all the good things she did. URL Jared, but Jared is not telling us his secret. Where is he getting these things? Yes, I know you're from Brooklyn and you were living in Florida last time I checked. What happened to Pedro? I don't know. I've got his email address. Why don't you guys write him? All of you who have his email address, maybe I'll do that. Only aloha. Jared, please, 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 please tell me where you get the jokes. In the meantime, let's hit that like button, guys. Our donations are way down from last week. I know we can't do $300 every day. I like that Edward Steiner went ahead and sent me a PayPal. The guy that stole my diary passed away yesterday. My thoughts are with his family. Jared, where are you getting these? He won't tell us. Charles Andrzejewski, let's stop giving our thoughts and feeling so much power. We are not sad people. We are people having sad thoughts. A big difference. Yes? Systems won't change our perspectives, and we can change. I need a ton of jokes, books. Well, you're picking out the good ones, Jared. Please, please, please email them to me. You would be a saint because I need good ones. Someone says keep it up, you know. And Stardust Memories, the aliens come down to tell Woody Allen. And Woody Allen says, God, there's all this suffering on the planet and all this misery, all this heartache, all this pain. What can I do? And the alien says, tell better jokes. What do you guys think of Woody Allen? I grew up with him. He's lived just down the street from me in Queens, where I was born. I grew up with a strong survival instinct. I will never get up, but I'm ridden with severe anxiety, depression, 24/7. My brain is broken. No, your brain is not broken. You have neuroplasticity, DT Vids 20. Have you read my book? Have you looked at healing from depression? What type of therapy? 200 somethings. Have you tried SoActive mushrooms? Yes, I have. What currency is that? ARS? I guess I can look it up. No, yes, of course I've tried them. I'm a child of the 60s. You remember what Abby Hoffman said about the 60s? The music will never be as good, the sex will never be as free, and the drugs will never be as cheap. Yes, I love psilocybin mushrooms, and now they're legal. They will be legal in Oregon next year for using in therapeutic situations. Okay, ugly rumors about Woody. Well, you know, people say he, you know, kind of got carried away with abuse, sexual abuse, and he denies it. I don't know, but if he did, I feel really, really. I used to date a girl who lived in a house, but we eventually drifted apart. Anyway, Woody Allen has made some of the greatest movies of all time, comedic movies, and no matter what he did in his personal life, he's still a brilliant comedian. I want to try something new like SSRIs. Has Vent worked great? Haven't worked great. I see. SSRIs haven't worked great. Well, there's lots of other things. There's tricyclic antidepressants. There's MAO inhibitors. There's things that are don't have a category of their own, like trazodone. There's so many drugs out there, including ketamine and now psilocybin here. Anyway, all I can say is that Jared has the best taste in jokes of anybody I've met, and we should crown him Humor King. DT Vids, keep reaching out. What are you doing for your depression? It's 41 minutes after the hour. We're 2/3 done. How many people do we have watching right now. 62. Okay, nice work. Keep hitting that like button. We can get over 70. Definitely could use a few more donations. I swallowed a bunch of Scrabble titles. When I used the restroom, I could spell disaster. Oh, because you might eliminate them through your, you know what? I guess so. Having a hard time escaping narcissists? Yeah, you mentioned that a number of times. Too bad you can't move. Do you miss Queens, New York, Douglas? Absolutely not. I grew up there for 3 years. I moved to Long Island, and then I grew up in a beautiful 72 people watching. Wow. Jared is doing it. It's all his doing. People just want to hear his next joke. Broadway Diamond Rose and the Purple Rose of Cairo are my favorites. Both amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, what about Annie Hall and what about Manhattan? No, and what about Midnight in Paris, which made more money than any other film he did? The narcissist follows you every day. Is this a person or a group of people? Anyway, Jared, the last one I liked, but not as good as the other ones. Keep putting these jokes up. It could spell disaster. All right, that joke is going on me. Mahesh TV, your live streams are encouraging. It's giving me a ray of hope that I am not alone. Of course you're not. Are you kidding me? Depression is the second most, or maybe the most disabling condition in the world. Why is grass so dangerous? It's full of blades. Very nice. It's 1:15 in India. Thank you for your live stream. Thank you, Mahesh. I'd like to go to India one day. I got a new job at the guillotine factory. I'll be heading there shortly. How many joke books do you have? That's what I want to know. All right. I asked him what was the word on the street. Yes, it was very good. Oh, you guys are really making me happy today. A couple more donations, you'd be making me happier, but thank you, especially Jared, and that was a good one, Jason. How do I find things being on Seroquel? Well, I have to tell you that I'm not a great fan of antipsychotics, but when I was really agitated and anxious at the end of last year due to some bad sleep and a bad medication, Seroquel, I felt when I took it, it felt like something was stitching my brain back together. I could feel it working on my brain. How strange. I've never had that experience with any medication. SSRIs are poisonous to me. They put me in the hospital twice. The anti-anxiety drugs like Klonopin work well, but they're not for long term. But Seroquel has helped me sleep. It stopped my anxiety, and it's probably helped my mood. I won't call it a miracle drug, but it's the first thing in 54 years that's really worked for me. So it did cause me weight gain and raise my liver enzymes. So I had to cut it. I had to go from 40 to 37.5. But that's something I can handle. These jokes are great. Lazy Eye Ranch. I know your dad was a joke teller, and I grew up around them. So I agree. 71 people. Nice work, guys. Keep hitting that like button. I got a job about Elton John. Joke about Elton. It's a little bit funny. All right, that went over my head. Must be something about a record he did. 70 people. Let's see if we can get 80. We have 15 minutes to go. Is it wise to try microdosing mushrooms when you, yes, are tampering benzos and feeling tapering benzos and feeling suicidal? Well, microdosing is supposed to be pretty benign. But that being said, if you're feeling suicidal, anything could push you over. I would be very, very careful. And I would do it under the auspices of a practitioner, especially somebody like a psychiatrist or a nurse practitioner who prescribes drugs. I quit my job as a helicopter winchman. That job kept winding me up. That's nice. This is my song, Elton. Okay, so how does that relate to Jared's joke? Oh. It's a little bit funny, right? Comes from his. Thank you. Yeah, I know that song, but I didn't remember that it's a little bit funny. But I forget that's one of the main lines of that song. All right, got it. Honoru Duch Saha. How do you deal with someone you liked in a relationship with someone else? I thought I'd moved on, but I still get anxious when I see them. Well, what I've discovered is don't see them. It's too triggering. It wasn't until my first major relationship moved away to another state with her boyfriend that I was able to get over it, given the fact that she had an affair with him when we were living together. It broke my heart, put me in the hospital. So out of sight, out of mind. What do you call a mortician who steals people's underwear? An undie taker. That is really bad. But I'm running all my jokes past my my videographers. I tell them the joke and see if they like it. So that's going to be included. Although I don't know, they have the last word. But some of your jokes, I would give that like a 6 out of 10. Some of the ones are 10 out of 10. Do you still take bupropion, which is Wellbutrin? Are meds lifelong or get to take a break from? Well, I wanted to take a break in 2017, and I do take Wellbutrin, but my doctor said, oh, it's 75, we've slipped. Hit that like button, and let's get 1 or 2 more donations, really. I keep singing songs by Tom Jones. Well, it's not unusual. Anyway, why did the coffee bean stop going to therapy? He couldn't espresso himself. Some of these are bad. Yes, classical music always helps to relieve stress. And I just forgot what I was going to say. Pure chocolate, it's good for depression. Stay away from the one with big amounts of sugar. Yes. Oh my God, Jared. That was. And what are you talking about? His last joke, right? This is showing corrections some of the lyrics. Yes, I know. I got it as soon as you said that, what the name of the song was. Oh, Undie Taker, right. That was bad. Thank you, Sunflower Girl. Guy, nice to see you. I think is martial art, mixed martial arts. God, I've got a good memory. Thank you, my mother. His last joke. Yes. I saw vacuum cleaners. Well, it was just stuck in the corner gathering dust. Yeah, got that. Yes. You appreciate that, Sunflower Girl. All right. Mental health recovery. Let's have a success story in the last 10 minutes. What did you do this week? Somebody that worked, helped change your mood. I've heard exercise for sure. That's the number one thing you can do. Anyone else have some good... By the way, I just read the dark chocolate. There are 3 things that dark chocolate can do for your heart. I haven't read the article yet. Dark chocolate is, but you can't escape the sugar. That's why I drink cocoa. So sorry, little guy. I hope you feel better. I think Naomi Judd's passing has affected a lot of us. It's such a shock because she performed just 2 weeks ago. Re your father. Sorry for your loss. Gratitude is a good way to help despair. I agree. That's a wonderful thing. Playing with my dogs. Thank you, Sunflower Girl. That's a very good way to beat depression. Thank you, Ollie Douglas. You've helped me so much over the years. Michael Collins, you're more than welcome. Notice Moments of Grace for me is playing with my doggy, and I actually did a video called Notice Moments of Grace. You are progressing through therapy. Good for you, Jared S. What part of the world do you live in? I'd like to know. Planting seeds, cycling, magnesium practice. Thinking good. This week I was busy with packing, planning, organizing. Then in the last 3 years, it's almost too much. My BPD would love that. I almost have it together for my big adventure. And what is your big adventure? Worry about you if you have BPD, if it's bipolar disorder. I walked in €5, and who did that? Clarin Devaney. Ciaran. Is that how you spell your name? Pronounce it Ciaran. Devaney. Sounds like it could be Celtic. 65 people. Let's see if we can hit 70 in the last 9 minutes. Thank you for your donations. They all help. You're in Houston, Texas. Hey, that's where Danielle is. You should meet her. She's a really cool person. I'm sure she would appreciate your jokes as everybody else does. I've been getting up every morning and organizing my garage. It's great for my mood. Plus, getting up early is so refreshing it can be. I have a hard time getting up early because I stay up too late. My hubby heals and comforts my heart, and Jesus too. Yes, you're very lucky to be in a loving relationship. BBD is borderline. I'm going to be to Berlin for a hot, sexy job interview I have no idea how to master. You don't have no idea how to master the job interview? And what is a hot, sexy job interview? Watching Douglas's videos on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Susan Jones. Bless you. I cry to release the pain. It's improving. Yes, time heals all wounds, doesn't it? And I'm trying to see, Lagai, what your loss was about. But maybe you can email me since we have each other's email address. Anyway, sorry for your loss, whatever it was. All right. So let's hear more from people what helped. Depression is a treatable condition. The brain is neoplastic, means it can change. You're never doomed. Your brain is not broken. Hot and sexy equals it's a sweet job offer I would hate to not get. Well, in Berlin, does that mean you're going to have to move there? I've been making original fabric butterflies, hand sewn, that have turned out well. I've made dozens with pins. Maybe you can sell them on Etsy. Oh, Crafts Fair. Try Etsy too. Sounds like you're very creative, Susan. Watching the news, a boy in Ukraine did not ask for toys or even food. After spending almost 2 months in the basement, he wanted to see the sun. Wow. I thought BPD was borderline personality disorder. Yes, it is. It also can be bipolar disorder, but mostly it's borderline personality. No one has really talked about complex PTSD, so I'll let you know. It's trauma that occurs over many years, not just one thing like a car accident or being in Vietnam for a tour. It goes on and on, usually during childhood. My ex got angry if he caught me sewing or crafting, even though I'm good at it. Now he's gone. It's therapeutic to create again. Yes, that your ex seems like he was a bat out of hell. Sorry for that. It is 12:54. It is May Day in Portland, Oregon. Mohammed Ashanat from the Gaza Strip. You've been in a great mood recently? God, you were suicidal at one point. That just shows what goes down must come up. I'm glad you're feeling better. All right, I'm going to say that. One of my favorite sayings. What goes down must come up. By the way, I was told that I have empathy like a wooden stick. Holy hell, should I be worried? What do you call a girl who doesn't pay her bills? A Bernadette. Wow. May is Mental Health Month. Stop the stigma. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. Oh, he had passed through the MAID program, assisted suicide. Well, he must have been, the guy, he must have been suffering from some terminal physical illness like cancer. A man who saved my life when I was depressed in 2015 did assisted suicide in Oregon. It's called Death with Dignity. He had terminal liver cancer. He only had 6 weeks to live. So, yeah, it's okay when that happens, but no one should ever do assisted suicide when they're emotionally depressed, because emotions are not permanent. States of emotion are not permanent. I feel sad for my ex's new wife. She's number 5, probably doesn't know how many failed marriages he's had. He's been emailing me lately, but I'm ignoring him. Mohammed Ashnad, I've discovered that negative people are the cause of my depression. Well, that's good. That means you should avoid them. All right. I don't think I'm ever going to accept that I was not included in my own son's funeral and I raised him. Wow. Huh. I'm sorry to hear that. That must be very painful. All right. The sun is coming out. Whoop-de-doo. I get to go do a ride in the neighborhood. I'm helping my wife, Joan, find a cleaner and also mow the lawn, things around the house. Always a good thing to do. And complex PTSD is the subject of my video for next Saturday. In the meantime, please listen to You Make a Difference, my new Words That Heal audiobook. upload, and I just want to let you know that there are 2 books of mine that I'm very proud of that are now on Audible. When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop, my memoir when I came out of my depression 25 years ago, and it's now on Audible, as you can see. Just go to audible.com. You can try it out for free if you go ahead and become a member, or just get it for $14.95. And the other book that's on there is a book that I've been serializing, is Words That Heal, Affirmations and Meditations for Daily Living. And I'm going to do a video called Why Affirmations Work. Would anybody like to, in the last 3 minutes, comment on why you think affirmations are so powerful? I have a problem with anger since I don't even know where my son's asses are because the mother told him and won't tell me. Why are they being so cruel to you? That's what I want to know. Thank you for all of your videos. You're a beautiful light in this world. You give me hope. And Sunflower Girl, I'm so glad you have your spirituality and a wonderful partnership. Sounds like you're doing a good job taking care of yourself. I have trouble making decisions. Yes, a lot of people with depression are indecisive. Hey, Nathan, appreciate all of your comments on my channel. Affirmations help me focus on truth in order to overcome my alcoholism. That's good, because affirmations are really big in the 12-step movement. The gap between me and my mother has much lessened, and now we are just like best friends. Well, that is nice. See, healing can come through relationship. Never give up. Robert Jenkins, a blast from the past from last year when he was in the hospital and so bad off. He made a recovery. I'm doing great. Got into a bad habit of not taking my meds all the time, but I'm really better compared to 2020. I'm just trying to enjoy the most out of life now. That's when Robert Jenkins was here every week telling us about his depression, his obsessive thoughts, his harmful thoughts, going to the hospital. And as I told him, you can heal. The brain is neoplastic. And he's a very good example of never give up. They give you something to hold on to. Yes, affirmations are good. Reminders of truth, not what people try to tell you. That's good. You might have complex PTSD. Were you raised in a toxic environment for many years? If so, you probably do. They increase the positive focus in our life. Yes. They don't work for me, but nice music does. Hey, different strokes for different folks. Yeah, Jason, Robert is a real success story. Keep it up. And do all the good things you're doing, because depression and anxiety can sneak up on you. Relapse is a part of recovery, and it's always there as a potential, so I have to really be vigilant. All right, the sun is even coming out more, and it is right now 60 degrees, whoop-de-doo, with a high of 66. Definitely time for a bike ride. All right, any more statements of success, right? Robert Jenkins, success getting out of a suicidal depression. Some of you, good relationships, biking, exercise. Mohammed is avoiding negative people. That's good. People getting out of bad relationships. Humor. Thank you, Jace, Jared, so much. Some of the most wonderful jokes I've heard in a long time. Someone suggested an engaging show to watch at night. There's nothing good on. I have every streaming service. Really? Well, there's something on Apple Plus TV that a friend of mine likes, but yeah, I don't watch television, but I know there are so many streaming things: Netflix, Apple Plus, Amazon. It's got to be Disney Plus. Go find something on Disney Plus. They have like nature videos. Sharon Devaney, thank you for your contribution. Are you Irish or Celtic or Scottish? We're in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Oscar Wilde, one of my favorite people. What a tragic death he had. Didn't know that he would be remembered. Put in jail because he had a gay relationship. Been catching up with Indiana Jones. Yes. If you were Let's Art Live, you probably have complex PTSD. You may want to go to a good therapist who works with that. This Is Us on Hulu says Sunflower Girl is a good streaming device. I listen to Running Water. That's very nice. Music can heal your soul. Absolutely. It heals this savage beast. Coming to the end of a challenge to do a daily gratitude practice has really helped my negativity bias. Yes. I did a video called How to Change Your Negativity Bias. think we need Indiana Jones in the world right now. Yes, we do. We need someone to rescue us from all those horrible things. Audie's Juicy Mouse, nice to hear from you. Haven't heard from you before. Any final donation would be really, really, really helpful. Thank you, Roller Girl. I'm assuming that's you who donated. Otis Robert Jenkins. Yes, thank you for your $10 donation. Really appreciate it. You woke up. Let's start. Good thing. Barry on HBO, according to William Ball, is another good thing to watch. There's so much stuff to distract you, isn't there? I would watch all these shows, but I'm too busy making videos and helping you guys out. It's a full-time job. And since I have limited time on the planet, I want to make the best use of it. None of us never knows how much time we've got left. I'm doing everything I can, even though I'm 73, to extend my life at least another 10 years, hopefully 15. My son and I watch some kind of Star Trek every night. It helps to think of the future as a place without racism and poverty. Nicole 3180, I love your YouTube names. You're welcome. All right. Any final questions? Any final donations? It's 1:03. Joe and I need to get gas to mow the lawn. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance is an incredible book. Oh my God, I cried when I read it. The Chosen, awesome series about Jesus. Also a great book by Chaim Potat. I pay $699 a month for Hulu, $6.99. I don't have Spectrum anymore. I cut the cord. I'm happy to get 58 channels on my regular TV. Oh, not $699. Okay, thank you. I misread that. All right, yoga helps you feel positive. Wonderful practice. What is my favorite movie? It's a Wonderful Life. James Stewart, directed by Frank Capra. It's my philosophy. Thanks, Kevin Wilson. You're welcome. I have 10 Lawnmowers. They have horns that say bah. Oh, goats or sheep. Oh, The Unquiet Mind by Kate Whitfield Jamison. A classic, an incredibly classic, beautiful book, memoir about someone with manic depression. Better phrase than bipolar disorder. Much more poetic. You feel safe at home? Well, yeah, a lot of people do, but maybe you can go out just a little bit. You have a therapist on call? Nice work. Let's Art Live. James Stewart, yes. Zen's a fave keeper for us, for sure, yes. Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, a huge, 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 huge success. No one ever thought it would be. The guy, wise words, Douglas, have a sweet week. Everyone, thank you for your second contribution. I was waiting for that, and you are a little wonderful supporter of this work, and really appreciate it. And let's talk on the phone again sometime. Lisa and I have had a couple of conversations. All right. Well, you guys have a good week. I'll see you next Sunday. Remember, love yourselves, and don't say I am depressed, say I have depression. Don't say I am anxious, say I have anxiety. Don't say I am schizophrenic, say I have schizophrenia. Yeah, Zen the Art of Archery is a different book, different author, different subject, but very good. Any more chess puzzles? Yeah. Tony, we never got sent the solutions. The next ones are going to come out this summer. We're doing art problems from the World Solving Problem Championship, but in terms of Winton, you need to be UK, living in the UK to get them, so that's why I call on you every year. So once a year, you help me get those wonderful chess problems. Till next week, you're welcome, Sierra, sending everybody positive vibes. Have a good week. Nice to see you, Susan. How's the weather in Virginia? And until we meet again, I wish you the best. I need to start making videos. That's much more fun than watching. Yeah, make videos. That's fantastic. Go for it. All right. See you next week.